there, Katie Joy here, and I have a content piece to help you with solving some problems. So Albert Einstein is very famous to say that we can't solve our problems at the same place that we basically created them. Now, I just butchered the comment, but I'll make sure that I put that piece in somewhere below. In fact, I even have it here because I knew that I would not probably say it correctly. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. There you go. I was close enough. Albert Einstein. So the thing is, if you want to create change, you need to be able to be aware of what level of consciousness that you have created the problem. And I did say you. Some of you might be resistant to that, but where you've created the problem in the first place and what you need to do to shift consciousness to create the solution. So there's 4 levels of consciousness, and this is really important for any change that you want to create in your life. As I do this piece, we're coming to the close of 2022 and just around the corner is 2023, and it's typical that people start thinking, I want to make my next year even better. I want to do a better year. I want to hit certain goals. I want to be able to change this aspect of my life or another aspect or all of it, right? So let me share with you the 4 levels of consciousness just in a basic step. The first one is that the level of consciousness that comes from basically the victim consciousness. And this is everything happens to me. It's the consciousness that it comes from a state of blame. So my life is like this, or I'm overweight because of this, or I'm in a bad relationship, I can't move forward because of this bad relationship, or I'm broke because of this. So the blame is always put outside of self on other people, circumstances, events, or the past, right? And that state of consciousness is just flapping in the wind. It's always at the effect of everything outside of self. There's no more little boundaries, and there's a powerlessness that goes with that. There's a second level of consciousness, and that is really sort of moving into the hustle and grind sort of people who are really they go into the go-getters. They believe that their results are by me. So what that simply means is that there's this sense of, I am the creator, I'm responsible, so I'm going to take the action. But it also is attached to this sense of, if I don't do it, it doesn't get done. And so that leads to typical burnout. You might have success, but it lacks peace and fulfillment. And that's typically, it's at this level of consciousness where in this consciousness people are beginning to awaken, by the way, and they're asking questions. That's how it gets them to move into a state of taking action. But and this is where most of my clients are at a conscious level. They're beginning to awaken to, I want more. I believe that I'm not a victim, but I'm not quite sure how to get out of the victim state, or I am, but I keep dipping into it and it's frustrating. Or they're very much into the awakening aspect, asking lots of questions, doing a lot of work, even having a lot of success. I have $1 million clients, and I have people who are on welfare, and everyone in between. So the thing is, I have people who have had great success, but they feel like they've built the ladder up against the wrong wall. And it's not fulfilling. They're like, I thought if I get to the top of this mountain that I would have what I want. And I'm like, well, you got the external thing that you want, but the internal thing is that connection with self, right? And both these first 2 levels of consciousness really operate from a fear frequency. They're a sense of disconnect. And when it comes to intuition, the victim consciousness completely disconnected from their intuition. In the awakening, in the consciousness of hustle and grind, where believing that things happen by me, there is an awakening of the intuition. It's got some connection, but not trusting it. And so in order to go from victim consciousness to the awakening of the hustle and grind, which is really more the awakening, so happening to me, shifting into by me, you have to let go of blame. In the third level of consciousness, which is really shifting into this belief that everything happens through me, you have to let go of control and move into surrender. And this is where it really steps into you trusting your intuition and really mastering your intuition, so that you can step into a place of being a vessel, a channel, a conduit, if you like, because you know that you're connected to source. You know that there is this connection, that it's working through you. And when you surrender to trying to control everything, and certainly if you have, the ego likes to think how something's going to turn out in a specific way, and when it doesn't, if you're attached and controlling the experience, one, you might miss the fact that you've actually manifested what you asked for, and two, it's not going to feel like that you've the fulfillment, because you're putting it into a box of how it should show up, rather than allowing what you're asking to manifest show up in the most divine way. And so the fourth level, by the way, I'll just recap those: victim consciousness, which is going into the world, everything happens to me, and the blame attachment. You've got to release the blame to then move into the awakening, where you'll move into the hustle and grind, the taking responsibility for yourself, because you believe, what you manifest, the effect is by me. And then that third level of consciousness is moving into that surrender, because you believe that everything you're manifesting is happening through me. And then you can move into the fourth level of consciousness, and that one's really connecting with the surrender, with disconnecting, letting go of this idea that we are separate in any way from anyone or anything, and connecting with all that is oneness. So it is me. That's the sense of what how we manifest. So it really comes down to this real deeper understanding that basically everyone is an extension of self and a reflection of self. And if you hurt yourself, you hurt other people, which in turn hurts yourself. And if you, and by that, what I mean specifically is probably more related to the unaware, unconscious aspect of a deep self-critical, deep self-judgment. And that's typically of the level of victimhood. Moving into the awakening, people will have a real, if you plugged in a speaker into your head for the whole world to hear, it'd be like, oh God, right? Whereas when you're in this sense of enlightenment, if you like, where you're really connected with all that is, knowing that everyone is connected in every way and a reflection of you, we're all connected as one, that you're not going to do any harm, you're not going to think any harm to self or others, because you know that has a karmic effect, a ripple effect. And instead, what you do is you move into this aspect of not only just deep surrender, but a deep blissful love and compassion for self and others, and a deep appreciation for life, for what you have. By the way, from through me all the way up into the enlightenment with is me, there's this real deep connection to being fully present. There's no more waxing and waning between the past and the future. It's just in the now. And so hopefully this has been really useful for you to help you understand, maybe identify where you're at currently on those four levels. And the top two levels, 3 and 4, operate from a frequency of love, just pure love. When you're in level 2, you're kind of shifting from fear to the love frequency. You're kind of bouncing around a little bit in there. It's while you're trying to stabilize, moving into that next spiritual evolution. And there is no wrongness in any of these levels. It's just the growth that we have as a human being as we come through this plane on earth, right? That's what we're here for, the school. And what I want to offer you is I am opening up a 10-day free experience called Soul Alignment and Business Energetics Experience, to come and join me and have an incredible awakening, aligning awakening, aligning and activating your dreams ready into reality for 2023. I'll help you get kick-started with that, really by helping you identify a lot of the energy blocks that are keeping you stuck either in level 1 or 2, so that you can move more consistently into level 3, or be in the higher level 2 so that you can really be ready for another shift into level 3, because that's where the fun really begins. You don't have any sense of feeling like you're connected to the effect of anyone outside of yourself when you're in that state of being. And instead you're working inside out, so you're working from within to manifest into your reality and have it reflected back. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of joy. But you've got to clear the energy blocks in order to do that. You can't think your way there. You can do all the positive affirmations you like, the meditations you like. While these tools are important and they're great, you can't use those alone to shift you from a thinking state to a thinking state. It's an energetic shift in order to move through there. So what I want to really share with you about these 4 levels of consciousness related to goals is really important. So listen up. So remember, the level 1, which is, the victim consciousness, is, life happens to me, right? Level 2, we're moving into the awakening, or the hustle and the grind. We're taking responsibility, and it's because we believe it happens by me. And level 3, we're moving into the awareness of through me. It's moving into the higher power, tapping into the flow. And then level 4, which is more into the enlightenment, and it's as me, is me, life is me, right? So there's a real distinct difference in how you will set goals based on those levels of consciousness. As a victim, they're a person who believes that the world, their results, everything happens to them, right? And it's usually a focus on everything negative and reasons why they can't have what they want. It's because they're stuck in conditional programming, societal projections and programming and beliefs, family programming, projections and beliefs, and they're operating by other people's rules. And so if they do set goals, it'll be based on everything outside of themselves, but really to be liked, to be accepted, to fit in, to do it according to the program. If you're in the level 2 consciousness, where you believe it happens by me, you're going to be having more of an internal approach where you're looking within, because you're questioning everything. You're starting to question the programming. You're questioning these conditionings. You're like, well, whose rules am I really living by? So you start making these decisions and setting goals that are really more aligned with your values, your vision, your mission, what's mostly important to you. Then you're going to be moving more into level 3, which is where you believe life happens through me. This is where you're more in flow and you're in power. Not only are you making decisions to goals that are very much driven from the inside out, so they're aligned with you, they're very service orientated. They're very much about, much more expanded than just for self. They're really more about how do you make a bigger contribution to the world? How do you impact your family, your society? It's got a bigger, more broader why connected to it. So it's very service orientated. And then at level 4, where as me, you believe life happens as me, it is me, life is me, right? And so you really focus on just really being in the present moment, doing unto others as you would like to have done unto you. It's really that simple. So just keep in mind that these 4 aspects, these 4 levels of consciousness, there will be different levels of creation of goals. And so I have a special offer for you. I'm going to leave the link below to join us for the Soul Alignment and Business Energetics experience. What it is a combination of daily short video lessons, which are 10 to 15 minutes, as well as getting the opportunity to work with me in a safe and sacred container where I'm going to share a community call with you on Zoom, where you get to come on the call live with us and interact with us on the videos, where I'm going to give you some extra content in that container, but also facilitate some conversational healing. So you'll witness some shifts maybe for yourself, or guarantee you it will be for yourself as well. Whether it's you that gets worked with energetically directly, or as part of that soul pod, you have that experience in the shift as well. So there'll be 3 of those bonus calls in there too. So you'll get the daily drip feed, you'll get a Facebook group, and to interact with the community. You'll also get the 3 group calls with us. And then at the end, I have a bonus on day 11, even though I've called it 10 days. Day 11, I'm going to give you a bonus integration and invitation call. So really exciting experience. And I did say it's free. It's free to join us to have the entire experience. You get access while it's live for the 14 days access. So you get a few days extra at the back end of it to catch up if you have a bit of a delay, because, life. But if you can make it to each of the live calls, that'd be amazing. If you want to be able to have a faster experience, have unlimited access to the calls and the replays, as well as be invited to our exclusive VIP after party call, well, I'm going to teach you my energetic field clearing tool and security activation tool so that you can actually learn how to use this in a multiple of ways to clear the energy field and raise your frequency to a frequency of love and above in your health, in your relationships, in your bank accounts, your business, anything where you might feel that you've had some energetic disruption, some blocks, some interference of any sorts. I'm going to share with you how I use this tool. I'm going to share with you, I'm going to take you through the tool and teach you live in that after party, in the VIP only, and then also share with you specifically how I use it with my clients, how I use it with my own life, and how it helps to clear energy so that you can operate in a at the very least in through me, but even higher, is me aspect of consciousness, which is incredible because you really manifest with ease, joy, and abundance in that state. So if you do want to have the VIP, when you register for us for the free experience, that's completely free. You get all the access included with that for the 14 days. But if you choose VIP for yourself and you choose while you before we get started, which for this year is the 5th of December to the 15th of December. If you choose VIP, it's only US $97, and that includes a 30-minute energy block clearing call with me directly to personally accelerate you through your experience. Everyone who comes through then witnesses what the others who have done VIP have done, and then they want to be able to book a call. You can do that if there are some spots left over, but you'll be paying $197, right? And if there's any spots left, because they are limited because it's only one person, me, doing the calls. I'm not outsourcing that to any other coaches for you. You get me. So come and join us in the 10-day free soul alignment and business energetics experience, and I'll take you even deeper into these levels of consciousness, deeper into understanding energy and why it gets blocked and how to clear it. And I'll be sharing with you through the 10 days a really calm way to how to manifest your goals. It'll be literally like a blissful dip in a pool of calm for you. But these days, most people are so ground down and stressed out that the nervous system is fried. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to rest and digest. We're going to have a really wonderful, relaxed way in helping you manifest. So again, last time to call you out to action. Do it now. Come join us. Register now. It's free. The Soul Alignment and Business Energetics Experience. And I'll see you in that one experience. It's going to be amazing. I love it. I can't describe to you what it's like because it's an experience, and it's an experience that's probably at a level of consciousness that you haven't even tapped into yet, but you will, I promise. So I'll see you there.